soon. It's next. All right. So you ready for that work? Are you ready for that fire? Are you ready for the fire water? In other places, that's called rum or liquor or spirits. It's called fire water, okay? Because it's not water and it puts that fire on your chest. What was that card that just jumped out on the floor? We're jumping out the window with this one. Okay, what was that? Ew, it's the dark horse. It's the knight himself with this one here pinnacle, and he's betting on a horse. Oh boy, there's a gambler in our midst. Okay, that's fire, fire, fire. Let's go. Okay, so the one we came out with was Aries. That's the first fire sign, and then we have Sagittarius in this reading. So there's a Knight of Pentacle that's in Hermit, and they're doing a lot of communication. And that's a 9 and an 8, 98 or 89. Someone was born in 98 or either 89. So it looks like there is a young in here, which is definitely given Knight of Pentacles. And they're in the dark right now. They're just trying to figure some things out with this here flashlight, but they're trying to keep down the exposure as they communicate. We have bluebirds here. Bluebirds in communication. There is a lot of communication. Blue, sometimes I think cold, I think cyanide, I think cyanosis. That's what happens when you are asphyxiated for a time where you stop breathing or you're not there. You get blue lips or something like that. And in other places, when they take horse tranquilizers, that's what they get blue. They blue in the face or something like that. Cyanosis, whatever. So there's something about some communication. Keep in mind, I'm not just local. There are other people with eyes on me. So I'm picking up on energy from a lot of other places. I might be here, but I might be picking up Michigan, Oregon, something like that. Might even be across seas at times. Doesn't matter. It all matters the energy. So right now we just have the Knight of Pentacles. He's in the dark right now. He's trying to keep down exposure. There's a lot of communication, but there's this blue birds, okay? The signs are Aries, Virgo, and Sagittarius. Takes what resonates. And like I said, this is a 9 and an 8 together. They would be 16, but it turns into 17, which means that someone is a star. So if you don't straighten up and fly right, you'll never be able to actually grab hold of your purpose. You're supposed to be a star, dear. You're not supposed to be hiding and doing all of this crazy communication. So someone's going to have to change their dark ways in order to take hold of their purpose. They're going to have to come out of hermit mode, and they might have to do a bit of karma before they actually get to their succession. Like I said, there's a changing of the guards, and you may be one of the guards, but are you ready? Are you ready to wash your hands of the things of the old and go into the new? That is definitely up to you. And that is the Aries reading. Yeah, you're an emperor. You're not supposed to be one of those, right? Don't be that guy. Don't be that girl. Be an emperor or an empress. Do that. All right, so that's Virgo, Sagittarius, in an Aries reading, and it's a 98, which is a 17. Go and be a star, dear. Don't breadcrumb yourself through life. All right, so let's get on to the next sign. We've already started off in Aries, so let's keep going to Leo, and then Sagittarius, and then we're off to the races. Oh, we got this Knight of Swords. Why you got so much Knight energy? Okay, all right. We are aware that some people do grow, but not, they don't want to be older. They don't want to, no. They grow, but they don't grow up, okay? So there's a Knight of Swords here, and he's very defensive, and he's very obsessive. So we've only got the Devil out here, which is the Capricorn energy, which is the 15. And he's obsessed with this this King of Wands here, okay? So there's a Knight of Swords that's totally obsessed with a King of Wands. So yeah, take what resonates, Sun, Moon, Rising, and it's only the Capricorn out here with that Leo energy. So Leo, what are you out here doing? Or are you doing, what are you doing? Are you doing both? Are you doing everything? Are you doing more than you should be? Nobody knows but you and the one that's pursuing you. So what'd you do? You did that 50 cent magic stick type of thing, and now this person is bibbity bop and they're crazy about you. Although some of the best stuff comes from someone who does not give a damn. Take what resonates, okay? I'm just trying to figure out what's going on, like you are indeed. Knights of Swords, Devil, and the King of Wands. I'm not going to show you what the people at the bottom look like. You should know by now. You see? Yeah, that part. So, yeah, somebody is very obsessed with Mr. Nasty Time and they can't think beyond it because someone is definitely giving them the whole entire pipe. And that's what it is. However, you got to realize that this King of Wands does change up, might have the coinage, might even look like the pimp that they say they are. But the problem in the matter is they don't give a dang about this Knight of Swords. It doesn't care how passionate you are, you're beating on a very empty vessel. This person only came through to do what they do. Okay, so be aware of the switch up, amphibious waves, very cold blooded. Cold blooded. Hey, we did see Rick James, right? Let's keep going. All right, so our last but not least, we've got the Sagittarius. That is indeed a fire sign, but it is an archer true. Have you ever seen those guys in the Lord of the Rings and all those other like epic movie times when they set the head of the arrow on fire and then they shoot and then you see somebody actually get hit and their chest is on fire? Yeah, it's a slow burn. Let's keep going. Sagittarius, what's up, babes? We've got a fresh perspective in between the things and a Nine of Cups, which is defending one's riches and abundance. Let's keep going. So somebody's trying to hold on to some coinage or trying their best to defend it in whichever way possible. This is the Sagittarius reading. Let's keep it going. So we've got Six of Wands, we got Four of Swords, and we've got Nine of Swords, which brings us to a 19, which brings us to a 10, which is wish fulfillment. I hate to hurt your feelings, but you're going to have to give up that goat. All right, so let's see. We've got public recognition. We've got four, need for rest, restoration, and gone, go lay down somewhere, okay? Gone, go lay down somewhere. And then we've got the Nine of Swords, which means you aren't really getting any rest now, are you? Or somebody's rest is pissing you off because you can't get any rest because they're sleeping easy and nobody's thinking about you anymore. And that's the worst thing in the world for a Sagittarius, is to be cut off and no more attention. So in the Sagittarius reading, we've got Leo. The thirst for public recognition was there. Rest and restoration was needed. But then we've got Nine of Swords, which means that ain't a lot of rest going on in somebody's house. They're losing sleep. Roll over and find a soft space, please. Hopefully you don't snore. People don't like that. All right, so Six of Wands, Four of Swords, that's the 10. Then we've got the 9, which is 19, which brings us to a 10, which is wish fulfillment. Somebody's getting rest, they're getting rest and restoration. They're also getting public recognition. And somebody's crying, wee, 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 all the way home. You better work. Turn to the left. Work it, girl. Now turn to the right. Work that thing. Sachet, Shantae. Healthy sexual.